Hello, Pastor Wives. Listen, I know some of you are at work, and I am coming on just a pop up because today is our monthly meeting. And so I am coming on early. Um, I'm hoping by March, April, that I'm able to come back on at 8 p.m. Central Standard Time. But until then, with sports and all that going on with my girls, it's just messing up my schedule so bad, but that's okay. I still want to make sure that I'm committed to every third Thursday of sharing with you, encouraging you, empowering you as pastor wives. I want to make sure you can hear me. Let me see. Yes. So, as pastor wives, I want to make sure that I'm always encouraging, always empowering. And so, with that, we're going to be talking about love today. So, I'm going to play a little clip real quick so that I can kind of add you guys why this is happening. But let's get ready to talk about it. Love, since it is the week of love, even though Valentine's is over with, I still want to kind of share some things with you with the different phone calls that I've been getting from pastor wives. And so I want to share something with you. So here we go. Watch this clip real quick and then we'll get started. Oh, here we go. Okay, there we go. My mic was off. So thank y'all for joining. Thank y'all for jumping on. Again, this is a quick conversation. I want to make sure that I'm committed to every third Thursday coming here to talk to you. Again, my babies are in sports and this is messing up my day, my schedule at 8 p.m. Central Standard Time because they keep me at work all day. So again, thank you for joining. Thank you for rocking out with me. I want you to share with me if you're on live. We're going to be talking about love. If you can put love in the screen, not necessarily about Valentine's Day, but there's some stuff that I have experienced. If I could be totally, this is a group that my goal is to always to be transparent and to be relatable. Some stuff that I've experienced in, whew, I think the last 2 months within ministry, within church. And so with that, God reminded me of this particular word. What are the things that I'm experiencing? It's kind of hard to explain because I'm still learning how to come out of it. And the thing is when you have, I wouldn't even say that it's betrayal. It's more of making sure, because when positions change within your church, hello, thank y'all for joining. Hello, hello, hello. When things change in your church and positions change in your church, with people, what happens is that you experience, it's the same spirit, and I'm trying to talk around it, but I guess I just talk forward. Ain't like y'all know these people, but it's the same spirit, but just a different person. Right. And so and they work within the staff. And so when you have people that work in the staff, there's some things that go on. And when they work in the staff, the disrespect gets loud. I dare you to type that in. Disrespect, especially as a pastor's wife, the disrespect that you receive from people, especially after you poured into them and after you have labored and after you've labored beside your husband, the disrespect that comes towards you as a pastor's wife, and learning and knowing that you know that it is a spirit, right? We all know that. We know that the enemy doesn't change. And I'm learning that even when people change positions within our church, in this particular position, in this staff position within our church, it's always the same disrespect, right? So been dealing with that and learning how to maneuver through that, right? How to maneuver. And so, what's up, Lady Trivia? Hey, y'all. Some of y'all, I can't see your names, but hello. Thank y'all for joining. So, I was talking, and you can go back and watch the replay, but let me continue so I can kind of let you know where I am in mindset. And so when I decided to share with you guys, I really haven't been on social media this week, just kind of taking a moment. There's different things that I've been posting that's scheduled. But anyway, just kind of been taking a moment because, on top of emotional, things that women deal with, period. But I had to make sure that it was not my emotions, right? It was not my emotions. And so this happened couple of months ago, positions changing and the disrespect that got loud. And so I went to God in prayer, which is what we all do as leaders, as pastor wives, right? As soon as you see the shift that could go the wrong way in ministry. The great thing about this shift, because we've seen it so many times, because we've been in ministry for a minute, right? My husband and I been in ministry for 20 years. So we have seen the shift of people being up and down and people being fickle. And also the shift that God needed to grow us in as leaders, right? So what am I trying to tell you? I had to literally go in prayer. So around December, January, going into prayer, even though still doing the things that God has called me to do. And I knew I needed a moment to kind of pause and start the process of not really healing, but this time awareness of disrespect, the awareness, because as a pastor's wife, if you don't get to a point of understanding that, okay, this look the same, this spirit looks the same, whether it's male or female that gets in these positions, and a staff position that works alongside, especially when you and your husband do ministry together, right? And that disrespects become really, really loud. And so what happens is, as a pastor's wife, you got to learn to bounce with it. And so as I was praying about it, and I went to God, and I was just like, okay, now look, Lord, I've seen this before. And my husband, we're both on one accord with this one. It's not like we're separate this time. Praise the Lord, because that's not always. But with this time, we are on one accord, and he's seeing it. And we're both trying to learn how to deal with it. But here's the thing. This is the question I want to ask you as a pastor's wife. What do you do when you know that the disrespect is loud, but also that the person is great at that or what they do? Come here. Can we talk about it? What do you do when the person that is in position is great at what they do, but their disrespect towards you as the pastor's wife is totally disrespectful? So what is the thing that you do? And so I had to learn this particular thing is God sat with me, and he just dealt with me. And I really put this particular person before the Lord. And God had to remind me, love. That's what I come to talk to you about. Yeah, as a pastor's wife, love is the ultimate goal when it becomes to being a pastor's wife. Now, understand this, that when I say love, and I taught this lesson with the people in my church, and the title that God gave me a couple of months ago was, what does love have to do with it? And I was like, okay, God, what does it have to do with it? So, your girl, I had to do some research. I did I need to deep dive in this thing, right, Lady Trivia? I had to deep dive, find out, okay, listen here, what does love have to do with it when it comes to someone that is in ministry or in position that can either make or break your ministry? What does love have to do with it? And God reminded me, okay, even though you are aware, that's my first point. Yeah, I'm going to talk about it. Even though you are aware, these are the points that God gave me, and I taught it this past Sunday with me and my husband, that even though I make you aware, you got to remember, number one, how much I love you, period. Regardless, if as a pastor's wife, if we do not know how much God loves us first, we will go off on what our husband think, what our husband feel. Even when my husband was not in agreement back in the day, I was ready to run, Lady Trivia, I was ready to run this one by myself. Me and God, we going to fight this together, even if my husband is not in agreement. And praise God that he was this time. Y'all heard me say this time. Hey from Alaska. Listen, I want y'all got to go back and watch this replay, because I'm talking about some deep stuff, and I'm being very vulnerable, but at the same time, without telling y'all everything, but just enough, because I still want to go through my process of healing. I'm gonna always be real with you. There's always levels of healing that you got to go through, especially when you're working with staff. Somebody say staff. If you do not have a staff in your church, maybe you don't understand this, or if a staff is coming, there is a trial and tribulation. I might have to bring my husband on one day and we talk about it, but there's a trial and tribulation that you go through with the people that are in the staff of your church. There's some stuff you experience. And again, the disrespect became very, very loud. So instead of me retaliating this time, or not retaliating, because I've learned the value of not retaliating, but instead of acting different, disconnecting from this particular person, instead of I don't know what you want to call it. Instead of, I wanted to try a different process. How about that? Somebody say different. I needed to try something different. I wanted to try this time. I'm not going to not speak to you because we work together. You work in the church with us. So I'm not going to not speak to you. I'm not going to not love on you. You understand me? I'm not going to not love on you. I'm not going to allow what you feel about me to be open, and I do not correct you as your leader. Woo! Come here, because I'm still your leader alongside him, because that is the position that God has allowed my husband to give me the permission. Let's make that clear. The permission to be able to speak out loud, because I pastor alongside him. So I wanted to make sure that this time had to be different. Come on, somebody. Because here's the thing. I don't want to go through this roller coaster. I done been through this too many times. As a pastor's wife, when you done been through people coming in the staff, working in the staff, and they treat your husband one way, but they treat you different, we got to learn, okay, I got to learn how to do this one different this time. Because you're going to have a bunch of people that we've had over... Oh my God. We've had within the last 13 years of pastoring. And when he was a youth pastor, we had like people switching in and out, right? And this time, I want to say this is probably the fourth administrator. So anyway, so here's the thing, what I had to learn to do. And Lord, I just said the name, so I pray this don't get out, but we're getting to a better place, right? I'm going to get to a better place regardless if they do or if they don't, I do. So here's the thing that I had to figure out was this. I said, okay, people working in staff, and all of our staffs are administration. Okay. They're all administrators. They all do something within the church, different things, right? So still don't nobody know. Praise the Lord. Cause I know some people in here that know us. So here's the thing that I want to do. And here's the thing. Listen, this is what love is. You still protect when people disrespect. Type that. Even as a pastor's wife, you still protect when people disrespect. It's our job to still protect when people disrespect us. I still want to protect them. They're still a part of our ministry. They're still a part of what we're called to do. They're still a part of what we're doing. So my job as a leader is still to protect them. So back to this. And so what I had to learn, and while I was at the moment of trying to figure out, hey, love, hey, Lady Charlotte, even while I was at the moment, Alaska, Lady Ben, I'm like, I still want to protect this person even in this moment right now, because I know some folks on here know them. So I'm just like, okay. But what I had to learn, God said, what's love got to do with it? And I said, wait a minute. So do that mean I can just act out and I can just do what I want to do towards them? Can I still, walk by them and know they walking in, or I go the opposite way? And God told me, no. So I end up realizing that, number one, God allowed me to be aware. Here's the thing. Every pastor's wife on here that's watching me, watching the replay, God allow you to be aware that something is off, something has shifted, especially this is for, again, those that are working closely with you. Because if you have, I'm not going to say we're not a mega church, but we do have a nice crowd that comes in, right? And so as a leader, I have to make sure that the people that are in staff, I work differently with them, right? Than I do with those that are in, I say downstairs, that are lay laborers. And as a pastor's wife, you're going to work different with them because they're going to work different with your husband. So here's the thing that I had to realize. I had to realize this. God told me the word love, y'all. And I'm going to try to do this without crying because I'm emotional right now. And okay, let me just get through this, okay? Because I want to get off this thing. And yeah. So, but it's on my heart so heavy. And I taught it Sunday with my husband. What's love got to do with it? And I need you to type this in the screen. I thought that it was something else that God was telling me, but God was reminding me, girl, I done made you aware that this is a shift. Now, your question is, what are you going to do with it? Is your love going to change? Are you going to become different because you felt them? I've given you the spirit of discernment to pick things up. Come here, pastor's wife. Let me talk to you. He's given us the spirit of discernment to pick things up. And the question is, even though their disrespect is loud, how are you going to treat them this time? Woo, come here. Woo, I feel the glory. How are you going to treat them this time? Because you didn't grow up. I'm talking to you and us, all of us together that's watching replay and all that. We didn't grow up. So there's some things that you can't do that you used to do. Because the Bible says, come here, that you are now the elder. You didn't learn some stuff. So there's some things that you can't do. You can't act out on this time. Come here. There's some things that you can't do this time. So I said, okay, God, what love's got to do with it? And God reminded me, it took a couple of days, y'all. Hear me? It took a couple of days. God said it has absolutely everything to do with it. Somebody say everything. Everything. God said it has everything to do with it. And I asked God this question. I said, God, I need you to help me. Help me. My grandfather say, help me, Lord. I need you to help me see, how do I go about treating this situation so that I can learn from this? Because evidently I didn't get it. And this time I want to get it. Come here. Because here's the thing that I found out. One of my good friends said, I want God to still like me when it's over. I need God to still like me if another one come through, or maybe I can learn from this one. I need God to still like me when it's over. I want him to still like me at the end of the day. Forget the title of a pastor's wife. God still loved me after this. Okay, I need God to still love me after this. So I started going to the Lord. I'm telling y'all, this has been going on since December to now. And I felt the shift later in the year last year. But I'm like, oh, I need to know how to deal with this, Lord. I want to make sure I deal with this one right. I want to make sure I deal with this one right. So here's the thing. Here's the thing that I learned. God gave me, and he told me, number one, awareness. And then number two, acceptance. I need you to type that. And again, I preached this with my husband, and we preached it together. And acceptance, meaning that number one, I need you to be aware how much I love you. Let me go back to that. I don't think I broke that down. I need you to be aware how much I love you, Tonya. I loved you first before anybody else, and my love is enough. Come here. Because here's the thing. If I don't figure out, or we don't figure out how much God loved us first, regardless of how many people don't like you as a pastor's wife, figure out how much God loves us first. God, you love me first before anybody else, regardless of my flaws, but regardless of my mistakes, regardless of my hiccups, regardless if I may be what they say that I am. I got to make sure that I'm aware that in the beginning, when you created the heavens and the earth, you had us in mind. You had me as an individual in mind. Forget being a first lady, a pastor's wife. You love me first with all of my flaws. And I'm aware of that. I'm also aware that those that are coming against me, I got to be aware of that. I got to be aware, because if we're not aware, we end up falling into the tricks and the schemes of the enemy, right? And me, I'm one of those, okay, and maybe this ain't you, but this is just me. I'm one of those that I'm going to love you. Like, I guess I'm a Cancer. I don't know what that means, but I'm going to love you so much to where I'm going to keep on loving you even when you don't like me. Like, I'm still going to love on you, period. Like, at the end of the day, because once that love is there, it's just there. It cannot be taken away, right? And so, but I found out that, wait a minute, this person is shifting though. They shifted a little bit, and I got to be aware of that. And it's not that my love would change, but my position will change. Chili, bang, bang. What do you mean? My position will change. My love for you will never change. Because I became aware of how you love me, my love for you will never change, but my position and my availability to you will change. How much I'm available to you will change. Yeah, that part of me gotta change. My position, meaning that I'm going to move out of your way. I'm going to move out of your way so that you can keep doing what you're doing. My love ain't gonna change. I'm gonna always be here. This is the thing that I found out here. Listen, Lady Benton, all of y'all, listen, let me tell you. What I found out is at the end of the day, those that even left our church and hated me or did not like me or had a vindictive, I don't know, whatever what was going on, they can still call me and come back to me. That's how much my love will never change. Here's the thing with love. Your love cannot change. So be aware. So number 2, accept the fact that the way I love you is not the way you love me, and it's okay. Yeah. You will love me on one way or another. Yeah, you're going to love me one way or another. I'm going to accept the fact that I love you, but you may not love me like that. And it's okay, because I'm going to love you with the love of Christ, because that's what God told me to do. So I'm going to love you, but my position of how I love you, oh, that's going to change. Yeah, I'm going to politely move out your way and let you be. See, when you done been through enough hurt as a pastor's wife, you learn not to switch up on people, but let people switch. I don't even know what I said, but whatever I said, rewind that one. You just let people switch and be okay with that. You let people switch. So even as I'm going through this process, and y'all, I'm not saying that I made it. I'm telling you, I'm still here. This is fresh. This is fresh because it's what was not expected. So it was fresh for me. And so what I found out, I said, okay, Lord, I need you to help me with this. So I got to accept people where they are. And here's the thing, because God accepted me where I was. I know that's so cliche, right? Right? Yeah, the position is shift. Yes, it is. I accept people for where they are because God accepted me. And I'm not going to make you love me. I can't. We don't have the energy. God has called us all on here to do more than what we're doing already. And there's such a mandate that is on us. Come here, Grace. I love it. Yes. Come on, Grace. Look, and here's the thing. God has given me so much grace. I give you grace. Because at the end of the day, I can't make you love me. And I'm not going to break my neck to do so. But what I will do is I will always be here if you need me. And I love you without debt. Type that. Love you without debt. If you know me, you don't hear me say this. I'm going to love you without debt. You don't owe me no apology. I don't even look for no forgiveness. It don't even matter because you don't owe me nothing. I don't owe you nothing. You don't owe me nothing. Because I'm aware God already loved me enough. I don't need your love like that. I don't. It would be nice, but no, I don't need to have it because I know that God loves me first. So I got to be aware. I got to accept. And then last but not least, I got to acknowledge my responsibilities. Yeah, I know. It's like, God always throw the curveball back at me. This one, I can't. It makes us not, as pastor wives, not to point at everybody else, but it put it back on you. The responsibility is on me. What is the responsibility? The responsibility is on me. When I learn how to acknowledge my love has a responsibility. And what does that mean? This is what I share with my church, and even that God gave it to me in the midst of going through this process. Whew, baby, if you got staff, I'm praying with you, praying for you. And it's a great thing because here's the thing. And let me talk about that. Here's the thing that I learned is that, and another thing that the Lord told me, and I'm going to come back to these responsibilities, is that at the end of the day, Tonya, your job is to train. Your job is to train when you get frustrated. You just start training. What does that look like? What does that mean? Is that you create a space or you create time to where you are training. You are training. You are constantly using opportunities to teach, right? You are constantly, because here's the thing, God put you there as a leader to be able to lead, and you can't be no punk while leading, even as a pastor's wife. If that's the room that your husband has, if that's the room that your husband has given you to lead in, right? I got to make sure that I can't be no punk while leading. So creating spaces to where I started doing some things to where at the end of the day, I'm still teaching. In other words, when I get frustrated, I'm going to teach. Yeah, I'm going to teach. I got to teach. I know that's right. Man up. Thick skin. You got to have it. Cry when you get in the car, but keep on teaching. You got to have thick skin as a pastor. And that's what the Lord was teaching me. It has nothing to do with the individual. It's just the same spirit, period. The same spirit. This spirit, every person that has been, those 5 people that have been in that same position has had the same spirit. The spirit ain't changed. So who has to do the changing? Me? I'll do that, sir. I'll do it. Okay, Lord. So I'll make sure this time I change my mindset. I change my responsibilities. I change what I say. I change how I act. I'm going to change. Not the spirit. Go ahead, spirit. I see you. I'm aware you're there. Okay, great. So now I got to make sure that I have my responsibilities is to make sure that my love at the end of the day is security, period. I'm going to make sure that my love is security. I'm going to make sure that at the end of the day that my love is respect. I'm going to always respect you, period. I got to make sure I take responsibility and make sure that I'm not being loud, disrespectful, right? Meaning that I'm not going to do anything that's going to embarrass you. I'll pull you to the side. Come on here, leading while bleeding. Yes, you will. Listen, I'm not going to even bleed on you by disrespecting you because you got out of socket. You know, that's what we say over here in Texas. Listen, because you got sideways with me. I'm not going to even, I ain't going to call you out then, but I will call you in the office. Let's talk. And make sure that somebody else is in there. Me and Bishop is in there together. I'm going to make sure that my love is respectful towards you. So I can't get disrespectful towards you. That's my responsibility. My responsibility is to make sure that at the end of the day, I stay committed to what God called me to do. My love is commitment, even to the individuals. Come here, even to the staff people. My love is going to be commitment. Commitment, I'm going to show up and be committed to everything that God called me to do. I'm going to be committed to it. That's my responsibility as a leader. My responsibility as the leader is to show you my love leads, baby. I lead at the end of the day. I don't follow, but I lead you. Yes, I do, because I'm the leader. So my love is going to show leadership. My love will not show vulnerability in front of you. You can't get that. You know, but my love is leadership. My love is communication. That's my responsibility. I'm going to make sure that I communicate properly with you to make sure even my administration will be so on game for you that you will make sure that you get every communication that is necessary so that you won't say that you did not get what you were supposed to get as a staff member. I'm going to do my job. AKA, I'm going to do my job. As a leader, that's my job, to lead. So my love that's right. I love it. Effective communication. I'm going to make sure. And here's the thing that I love about oh, thank you so much, Lady Ben. This is what I love about effective communication. I'm going to make sure that I'm not passive with my effective communication. I'm going to make sure that I'm not even aggressive with my effective communication. I'm going to make sure that I'm doing what I'm supposed to do to communicate everything that needs to be communicated for you as a staff member of this church. Okay, I'm gonna come on here. I'm gonna make sure, Lady Ben, you all in my head. Listen, I'm gonna make sure my timing right with you. I'm gonna make sure my tone is right with you, and I'm gonna make sure my texture is right with. Thank you for helping me be a better leader. Come here. That's all it's doing, pastor's wife. It's just helping you become a better leader for them and for others that are coming after them. Because those that were before these particular staff members, oh baby, if you read my book, you are the fragrance. You know exactly what I'm talking about. That first 5 crew I had, baby, they gave me HE double hockey sticks and almost made me want to lead a whole church and bishop and everybody in it. But here's the thing, I needed that. Come here. I needed that. I needed that. I needed that thing. I needed the thing. I know, right? No, we on the same page. That's what it is. I needed that. Every staff member that has worked for our church that has caused disrespect, loud disrespect, I needed it. Yeah, I needed it because it prepared me for this one right here. That I just thought, there ain't no way this would be happening. No, you couldn't have told me this would be. God said, yes, it will, because this time you're going to know how to act. Come here. You're going to know the power of love on a whole nother level. And I had to do the research about this. I may end up writing something about it. I don't know. But I had to do some research about this love, baby. I had to do some research. So God made me dive deeper and made me realize that there are different kinds of love out there. And even in the Bible, there's over 361 words that says love. And here's the thing is that there's a different kind of love for every individual. There's agape, there's phileo, there's so many kind of love. So I need you to understand which kind of love you are here at this church for the people in this church. You understand me? So I had to learn and I had to recognize that at the end of the day, I got to recognize that I have a responsibility to continue to walk in love. Yeah, this ain't about Valentine's Day. This is about really, really learning how to walk in love. Really, really learning how to walk in love. And here's the thing. My prayer, because I ain't going to say I'm going to conquer it, okay? I ain't going to say we going to conquer it. Can we all get in this? We may not conquer it. But my prayer is that we are able to get to a point. What you say? What kind of love? Agape love. Girl, look, can I post them in there? I don't know. But you got agape love. You got phileo love, which is in the Greek. So that's the Greek. Agape love is a love for everyone. A phileo love is a deep friendship, right? And then you got ludus love, which is a playful love. And it's different kind of loves that's in the Bible. Because, the Bible's wrote in Greek and Hebrew. So it's learning those different kind of loves. So you got the unconditional love, agape love. It's learning that at the end of the day, I got to know what kind of love I know I give my husband, which is eros love. That's the sexual love. That's a passion love. That's for my husband only. But it's also learning that at the end of the day, that if I'm going to give this love, I got to be aware as a pastor's wife, period. Now, what kind of love we give as a pastor's wife? We give agape. We give, and that's love for everybody. Okay. That's probably all I could think of. Or whatever, for that kind of love. It's agape love when it comes to those. So you have love for everybody. But here's the thing, and I want to leave us with this, is that when going through with any staff or anyone, and the reason why I say staff, because staff works so much closer with you. They are able to take the vision and run with it. They are very capable, especially if your husband chose them to be in ministry, to be able to do the ministry, and you don't got to do all the work. Because here's the thing, my husband preached a sermon talk. He said, inadequate. You got to make sure that you have people that are around you, because we're inadequate with some things and we need help. No matter what, you need help. If you don't have a staff, you need a staff in order to help you do ministry, because we can't do everything. Everyone that's in our staff has a unique gift that will bring a greatness to this ministry, that has been able to bring greatness. We have someone that is working in the marketing part. We have someone that's making sure that everything that is needed at the church. There's different people, and someone that handles the money, because the staff to me is the business side of the ministry. It's really not the spiritual side, but it's this business side of the ministry. And you need them, period. You need them. You need them there if they're willing to learn from you, if they're willing to grow from you. As long as they're there, this is what I have to learn when it comes down to loving the staff, or loving this situation that is happening, is that at the end of the day, I got to make sure that I'm still able to lead and love them no matter what. Period. Yes, the administrative side. It is the administrative side. And unfortunately and fortunately, some of us got to work with the administrative side. I have to be in all of the meetings with the administration. I have to be in with all of the planning. My husband has me in there. Believe me, I've tried to get out because I didn't want to go through that. But I'm in the meetings with him. We do it together. And so because I'm in the meetings with him, that's not always likable. That's not always everybody in agreement, because you're making decisions with him. And so with that, and if you are the one, you're making decisions together, and sometimes you don't even got to be making decisions. It's just the fact that your presence just make them itch, period. But it's learning that at the end of the day, I'm still going to lead you, even if you don't like me. Catch it. We still got to lead, even if people don't like you. As long as they're there, we are responsible as the pastor's wife to lead the sheep. Here's the thing about sheep. Sheep does not smell good. And God had to remind me, you said you want to be with the sheep. You said you want to be with the sheep. So you with the sheep, and sheep stink. They don't smell good. Sheep are tend to go other ways. Some sheep follow other sheep. That's the ones that will leave. Some sheep will follow, and you got to be okay with that. It's okay. But it's learning that while you here, as long as you hear our responsibility as a pastor's wife, regardless of how loud your disrespect come, and depending on how loud it is, I will, before I come to you or say anything to you, I'm gonna make sure that I get my mind right and make sure I come at you in a meeting setting, and not like we right here and we talking outside the foyer. No. And if you disrespected me outside the foyer, okay, well, I'm gonna schedule a meeting. We need to sit down and talk. And me, you, and Bishop, we're gonna have a conversation. And sometimes I have a conversation without Bishop and just have my administrator one of the administrators in there, because I don't want it to be said that I said anything wrong. And so when I say what I say, and I do it in leadership, because ain't nothing like being in an office setting. I'm in a chair and you're across. It gives an honor. I don't know what it is. It's just, I can't explain it, but it is. Yeah, I'm not finna go back and forth with you. This is what it is. But it's one of those that you learn how to be a leader. I had to learn that throughout the years, man. And I'm learning, but this one here I ain't expect. I'm not gonna even lie to you. If I could be very, very honest. And this one here, it digs because of how long they've been with us. Again, look at me trying to protect how long they've been with us. So I didn't expect it. But at the same time, I did. Because when the shift happened, I should have known. Because that is a position that the enemy wants to do everything he can to destroy. Not what my husband and I built, but to try to destroy. And here's the thing, he can't get in between us. Me and my husband, we too tight. Like we good. You done tried too many times and that ain't gonna work. So the best way for you to do is try to come after me or my children. And so now my attitude and my position has to be different this time. And it will be. So pray with me as I pray with you, that this time I'm learning. I want to learn, but it does not stop it from stinging. Come here. It don't stop it from hurting, especially when you poured into them and you've seen the evidence and you taught them a lot of what it's another kind of sting. But I'm like, okay. And if you knew how close, it's just too fresh to talk about. But you know me, your girl might write it in a book somewhere. But right now, I am going to overcome it. I come to tell you, what's the purpose of this? We always meet every third Thursday. My purpose of coming on here is always to be relatable, always to be remind you to be restored, to remind you that everything you go through as a pastor's wife is not by chance. Everything you go through as a pastor's wife, from the bedroom to the bank account to your children, you understand me? It's not by chance. The stuff I went through with my children in 2018 is something I can't even put out there, man. I can't even tell you how it felt for your own children. Yeah. So we're better now. Praise the Lord. It worked out. And maybe one day we'll come tell y'all, but it's like, to go through that, you gonna go through as a pastor's wife. Somebody say, write a book. I know, good. This too fresh. I don't know. But I will say this. We go through as pastor's wife, but we are overcome by the blood of the Lamb and the words of our testimony. Come on here, glory. That's why I write books, for the testimony. And this may be one, but I got to finish learning this. I'm telling you, I will tell you this, man. You go through, but you still conquer. You still overcome. It just depends on your outcome. You understand me? It just depends on your reaction. Are you going to retaliate? Or is your response going to be different? And that's what you got to ask yourself. And so this time I chose. Yeah, I know this. I'm choosing for my response to be different. Hey, Hard, I need to please invite them. I would love that, man. If you don't do anything else for me, I would love for you to invite pastor wives to this group. I would love to just and grab some of y'all and let y'all tell y'all story. I would love that. And not just me telling mine. Lady Ben, I might be getting with you, man. I would love to just, I don't know if you're ready yet, but yeah. But just to share your story. But I'm gonna tell you, all of us have strengths. All of us, we go through. And in the words of Martin Luther King, we shall overcome. We gonna overcome. We will overcome. And I look back. God reminded me when he was telling me about this, what love got to do with it, and I'm done. I look back at all the other people that were in staff that are no longer in our staff anymore. And then I looked at all the ones that were in the staff with those same people. I looked at that with those same people that was in the staff that are still there, and they saw how the other staff left and their lives, they really, I hate to say it, but I always say this, and I'm gonna come back and say that, but they not really going to church. They really not, they go to church and some of them do, some of them don't, but they're causing havoc in other churches. But anyway, and they see that, right? And so they were able to see the journey. And so I said that to say this is that no matter who comes in that position, I gotta be the one to go high and not low. I gotta be the one to rebuke and love all at the same time, but not be in my feelings, because type this, keep this, and I'm done. I've been saying it for a minute now. If you watched any of my videos, is that when you get in your feelings, it equals failure. Come here. As a pastor's wife, when you get in your feelings, it will equal failure. What does that mean? That means you get in your feelings, you end up saying the wrong thing, doing the wrong thing, embarrassing yourself, embarrassing God, and embarrassing your husband. Yeah, when you get in your feelings, it equals failure. But when you have principles, it equals progress. One more time. When you have principles, it equals progress. So whenever, if there was an issue or a problem, I would go, and I had a meeting with one of the young ladies. And when I went to them, I had, just like I come and I give y'all principles on, what I say, stay aware, stay this, stay that. I go right there with principles. In the future, we're going to do A, B, C, D, and E. I don't go with a whole lot. Can I come and help you? I don't go with a whole lot. I'm not going to give you 7 things you did wrong. I'm going to just give you 3, just enough for you to handle, because you can't handle all the stuff you done. So I can only give you 3 things that you can handle. Yeah, I can give you 3. And now we can grow from that, right? So this is what we can do different in the future, just to make sure that this doesn't happen again. And I'm smiling the whole time because I didn't pray before I went in here to you. I didn't also consult with my husband, my pastor, and my spiritual father if it's really, really bad, my spiritual mother if it's really, really bad. But most of the time, we can handle it. It just depends on how bad it get. We can handle it. So principles equal progress. Faith, hope, and love. Yes, it will. Come on here, Glory. So what did I come to tell you today? Love, a word that comes and goes. But few people really know what it means to really love somebody. Oh, love. Yeah, I'm about to mess it up. But y'all know what I'm saying. Love, powerful, anointed, the most craziest thing on earth. Love. As a pastor's wife, we got to love. Regardless, no matter how much it hurts. I thank y'all for rocking out with me. I thank y'all for being with me. Listen, until next time, I'm gonna do something, and I may reach out to you, but invite somebody to this page, man. Every third Thursday. Again, waiting for my kids' schedule to get right. I'm gonna be going live no matter what. I'm gonna go live on a Thursday. I don't know what time of the day just yet, and hopefully by the summer we'll be back at 8 p.m. Central Standard Time. Until then, just show up with me whenever I rock out with you on third Thursdays as we talk about different stuff. But I would love to, I'm gonna figure it out. We're gonna pray about it. I would love to hear your story, man. I don't know why I want to hear Lady Ben's story. I don't know if she's ready to share it, but reach out to me if you are. Okay. But I would just love that. We all got a story. Walk in love. Don't let nobody stop you from being a leader and make you mess up and do the wrong thing. and now you said the wrong thing. And here's the thing I learned. I'm gonna say this and I'm done. Even when the stuff was happening and stuff was going on, y'all, I was quiet. And I was sitting there trying to get my thoughts together, because I'm the one, if I say something, I'm going to say the wrong thing, right? I'm going to say the wrong thing. Hey, lady Perez, I'm going to say the wrong thing. So I had to make sure, okay, yes, this will stay on this page. Yes, ma'am. Yeah, you can't share it outside the page, but if it get out there, it is what it is. But I made sure that the page is private. So yes, it will definitely stay on this page. I'm not taking it down. It's my story. One thing I learned about it is that at the end of the day, I didn't ask them to be a part of my story, but unfortunately they are. They are a part of my story. Lady Perez, Lady Ben say, hey. They are part of my story. So listen, until next time, man. Next month, we're going to be rocking out again. It is Pastor's Wife Appreciation. By the way, I'm doing a class. Haven't had nobody sign up, but it's totally up to y'all. You're welcome to come. I've done it 3 years now. 3 years now. You're welcome to be a part of that. It is a 6 weeks master class that I'm doing. The sale ends on Monday. And if you've ever rocked out with me, every class is different. We always bond together. We always grow together, man. We always get to know each other. We always connect. It'd be ladies from all over. Last time, I think it was about 8 of us. And Lady Perez, I got a chance to meet her and other ladies. That was a part of that. And the sale is until Monday. It's a 6-week program. You get my book, you get other stuff. And I promise you, I'm teaching principles that will be able to grow you from the pulpit to the parking lot as a pastor's wife, to be able to handle your platform properly. And I also bring my team in on different things. I've done that before. And I will be doing that again this time, and just kind of preparing for different things that God has for you. You're welcome to join that, be a part of that with us. That starts on February the 27th. Orientation starts. It is a classroom setting. It's a classroom setting. It's online right now. It's on sale for $100 for 6 weeks to be a part of that. After that, the price can go up. And so that includes different things that you're getting with that $100. So I would love for you to come, love for you to be a part of that. If not, I'm still coming back on third Thursday. We're going to rock out and we're going to talk. And hopefully I have a special guest to come and talk with me. All right. Until next time, man, remember, if you don't remember anything else, stay connected to God. Stay connected to your marriage, and stay connected to your ministry in that order, and watch God work. Thank y'all for rocking out. Have a blessed weekend, and pour into someone. Do something different this weekend. Stay blessed. Bye-bye.